Hey everybody, welcome to Damn Good Coffee Time. Today is January 26th. I'm with James.
Hello.
Hello, James. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. And I just, have had probably some kind of bug or something that which I'm just trying to get over with.
Yes, definitely. Both of us have had something. Been under the weather. Um,
More just like that I, wonder whether I'm lacking in vitamin C or something.
yeah, seasonal, no the sun, lack of sun too, could be a thing.
Well, there's actually been quite a bit of sun here, so I've been out in it.
Oh, very good. Nice.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess we'll start off with I had just seen a movie, one of those I guess you would call it schlocky B movies the other day. It was called
No, I
Seed.
wouldn't say that.
It was called
Sonic 3.
no, no, no. It was called Seed People from 1992,
Mm.
and it's from the same director. He does like all those type of B movies that you'll find
For
like
me,
on.
I would say don't label films, don't put them in a box. It's like
Oh, but these deserve to be in
at
it.
the end of the
Trust
day, it's not schlock. It's just it was made as a film then with the intention of doing
me. The
getting.
reason I would say that, James, is because the director he's been known. He did Demonic Toys, Puppet
It's a label.
Master.
I'm just saying that's my opinion.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we
Dollman.
the point of the show is to discuss things in a kind of like what's your opinion on something.
Yes.
Don't just repeat things you've read and stuff or whatever. Like anyway, some films are schlock, but what is the meaning of schlock, for instance? You know,
Oh, it's when a movie.
there was in the 80s a film called Schlock, for instance.
Oh, really? See, for me, it's always been
On Lambert.
it's a movie that's not self aware that how hilarious it is. Like a movie that's trying to be serious, but it's clearly just it's over the line. It's just lost its because like with Seed People, right? It's literally about a plant that came. It's a meteorite came down and then it grew into a plant, and then this plant started basically spraying this stuff on people, turning them into these creatures that almost look like critters. The classic
Okay,
critters,
like
and it's kind of a mix of like
sorry.
invaders of what was it, invaders of the body snatchers, kind of like that meets critters,
Okay.
and it's just hilarious, because you just the reactions and the way the monsters when they come out,
Was the
it's like
film actually good or?
good entertaining, but not good as like, oh, this is any type of high art or any, not even that, any type of like I don't even know.
So you were in the cinema watching this in Toronto. Well,
No, no, see people, I was recommended it, and then I found a link to it.
well, that's a good recommendation. I appreciate that, Johnny. But can we just move on to cinema experiences? You went to see Sonic 3, right?
I did, yes, with my brothers.
You
um
walked out after 5 minutes.
No, no, no. It actually starts right off the bat, right into the action.
What do
Real,
you mean?
real, instead of having like some type of slow beginning, it right away it just boom action scene. It just started with one. Kind
Right.
of just took me by surprise actually.
Good, yeah.
Did you guys talked about how you got to watch how many previews you go through like 30 minutes of previews of the movie before it starts, and then if you get
I
there,
talk about that mainly. That's me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I only go in for the previews. Then I ask for a refund immediately, and they said the
Yeah.
film.
Uh,
No, I said
uh,
this film is terrible. It's basically just people trying to sell me crap. This is
yeah.
not a film. This is a preview. I says, give me my money back immediately. Okay.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah. Bye. See it.
Like,
But
well, we can't just give the money back if you've not even watched the film. Oh well,
mm,
sorry, I didn't. I gave you a fake credit card that's my American Express,
mm.
which is under the name of Voltaire Lynch.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, he's a lawyer from LA County involved in the scandal surrounding
The big scandal.
right now. Um, I can't. Yeah, well, obviously, this person. We're not doing personal shows about. We went into a political matter as well, and
You really broke all the rules in like the
I
first
broke
five
one of
minutes.
my own rules that I started
Under
before
5 minutes.
laid out
Yeah.
a few minutes of engagement, and then we've immediately crossed the line.
Yes.
like the film The Seed, I imagine, or
Yeah. See people, yeah.
the film The Curse. That's a very terrifying. It's like that Trolls film. Not Trolls. Oh, they're
There's-
coming to get me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, obviously that was a serious film when it came out. People
Oh,
thought
yeah, very much, yeah.
very. No, they were like, this is actually real.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
the late, right, was it late 80s, early 90s? But anyway, it was just like people were watching that on video and they thought this is actually happening right now.
Yes, they were looking under the
So
seats.
you've got to think about the initial audience reaction, which was at the time tremendous.
Hysteria, yeah.
I actually went into another court case involving Voltaire Lynch, but I can't. I guess again, I can't. We can't speak about that publicly because it's caused many problems. Every time, culminating in the channel being deleted, then added back immediately due to copyright infringement, which is fantastic because I just kept doing it despite the fact that it was happening.
Yeah,
It's like, okay, I'll just do another video with me playing about 5 songs in a row. Copyright. And it's like when you play them in a row, YouTube immediately goes, "You're strike." Like it's 3 strikes, and then we'll have to remove the channel. And they're like, and I'm like, I don't think it'll happen. Oh, it's happened. Great. Then I'm like, how to get all your old videos from a YouTube channel? Oh, you can't. Right, okay, forget it then. I've got what I've saved. And then you said, well, you've got another channel called See You in the Trees. And I'm like, oh,
yeah, your original backup channel. Yeah.
These people subscribing to that. Thank you, the vlog lady. And they're like, okay. Other people who, Davrin, where are all these videos? I'm like, Jesus Christ. Block. And then I'm like, 5 minutes later, why did I block these people? These are actually fans of the show. Then Ben's like, why are you doing this? You blocked me from the actual video. No, I'm not. I was just changing the camera settings. Jesus Christ. I mean, seriously, it's been ridiculous, honestly. It's just.
But
videos just saying, oh, yeah, I went to see a film and then I walked out. Like, you didn't do that with Sonic 3, right?
No, right to the end. Yeah, even past the end credits, I watched all the end credits. 2 of them that there were.
No, then you stayed in the cinema, just sitting there saying, "When's it on again?" They went, "You can't just watch films in a row like you did in the 80s." Why not? Sorry, I'm able to get out of my seat. In the screening, I had a small accident. What? I dropped my large XL Coke, which was actually hot. I warmed it up at home, brought it in, I put it in one of your containers that says on it Sonic 3.
Yeah.
The film was so enjoyable, at one point, I lost control of one of my arms. I had an arm spasm because yesterday I tried reaching under a bed and found a ring. And my arm entered into this strange, chasm, and then I was in the cinema. It's dark, obviously, and the whole film there, I had my phone on with a torch on. I didn't realize, which was just shining at the screen.
Oh my god!
People were leaving because there was this torch just flying around everywhere, and then my left arm went into a spasm at that point.
Oh my god!
I threw the hot Coke. It actually landed more like a ball. It went flying up, and then landed in my crotch.
It went up and down again. Okay.
And it was but the thing is, some of the Coke had kind of gone into that syrupy sort of thing.
Yeah.
It hit my crotch and genitalia. I was like, oh, yeah. This film is fantastic.
Yeah, it enhanced
What
his
can it
spirit.
be now? Oh my God, Jim Carrey's in it. Whose birthday was just recently.
Oh, good.
Yes. So happy birthday to Jim, and a
Yeah.
great performance, I imagine. But what was your reaction after watching the film? Just forget about the incident that happened where I was having an arm spasm and stuff. And they gave me a full refund because of that, because I said the film caused me.
My God.
I thought it was a 3D film. I went in with 3D glasses. This made it even worse. And
Oh my God.
no, it came out of the cinema, right? My trousers were stuck.
Oh,
It really,
terrible.
they looked all kind of coagulated and tight around my genitals. And they said, I'm sorry for this. This was a terrible thing which can happen sometimes due to the flashing lights in the film.
The one thing that the Sonic movies have been doing after every movie is it's actually brilliant, James, is they'll have the last final credit, right? The end scene credit. And they'll introduce a new character that you've wanted to see, say, from the video game each time. So it'll be like, you see the first movie and they introduce Tails, and then they see the last movie. So, but when they do that, James, the theater, or depending who you're with and how, like, if it's filled with, like, depending how many kids, they just erupt when they see, oh, look what that is, and then they're already set for the next film. Oh, I heard about when I saw the end credit. I won't give it away because
No. I mean, I know how many people were in your cinema.
oh, it was packed. It was actually packed.
Seriously?
Half were look like around my age, middle age, teenage people who grew up in the like 90s and
You're not middle aged on it.
but you know what I'm trying to say, who grew up in the and knew the Sonic character, and then the others were ones with their families, with their.
What time of day was it? Like,
I went. It was 7:30 in the evening on a Thursday, I believe, or a Friday, one of those. But it was good. I really enjoyed it. I like when it's a good crowd, when they're quiet during the moments that they should be quiet, but then they maybe erupt during a cool, funny moment, or they laugh when that is always fun, If you get a crowd that's, say, some rambunctious teens or something, and they're talking around their phones, that can ruin the movie experience.
Well, you can't tell people that this is happening.
Yes, it's all about locating. Like you say, you're in the middle, they're at the front, and you're thinking somebody else. It depends, But I'm just saying the odd time. It hasn't always happened.
You don't really want to start getting into arguments and stuff. It's just like,
no, yeah.
No, I personally don't. That's just why I go like the first screening in the morning or something, and then people come in. Even
Oh, wow.
I don't want to go in there and just catch germs from people either. So
you
know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, true. Yeah.
Remember during COVID, it was like everyone was wearing masks, even in the cinema. But
yeah, and the cinema took a hit too because a lot of people
actually picked it off. But I had no problems generally. But I think, to me, I don't really want to be in a crowd in a cinema. Not at the moment, anyway. But I can imagine for a film like that, it does add to the whole thing. So I understand completely what you're saying.
Very fun, very fun. And Jim Carrey did a great job. He plays two characters.
Watching it as a good film, but on the other hand, with me, I'd watch 3 first and then go, oh, well, I don't need to watch the other one.
Yeah. Jim Carrey has been good in each one of them, but this one was extra. He played 2 characters, which was unique to see. He basically plays Dr. Robotnik and then Robotnik's great grandfather or something. So he's playing a grandfather and himself. It was really good.
Yeah, I've seen from the trailers.
Yeah, really good. But yeah, really fun time. It's a movie for all ages if you just want to have a good time, just want to have just a fun time.
So everyone you went with, what do they think of it? They must have
my younger brothers really, really enjoyed it because a lot of the references for this third film were on the newer games, the newer Sonic games. A lot of them are references, whereas the first 2 movies they made a lot of references to the classic Sega one. So all in all, it was a different experience, but I still enjoyed it, and they had fun too. They really enjoyed it.
But it's not in 3D, is it? Or is there a 3D version or something?
I would assume there was. I didn't see. The one I went to was just the normal. That would actually be great to see in 3D.
Have you seen The Wild Robot? Yeah.
No, I've heard good things about that
That
actually.
was in 3D on the cinema, and it added to it. It's very successful in many places.
You definitely write that down.
Which
So
is kind of a good thing for the return to sort of traditional animation style and stuff. And
okay.
my only issue with Sonic films and stuff like that is they're a bit like the Fast and Furious. They're just sort of like CGI, CGI, CGI. A bit like, the Flash, where it went.
Yeah. There is a balance, James, with the because there's the adults in the movie aspects where you see a lot of the humans. So they really do balance it out. That you're not constantly watching just
What
CGI coming at you,
as
constantly.
a music, person, do you did you remember any specific songs that were used in it or anything like that?
The first two films used a lot of titles that
In
were
the
like
first two,
class.
in the third
No,
one.
no, 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 no. I know. There's a reason I'm saying that. The first two used a lot of classical songs from like maybe even the 50s and 60s, whereas this movie used a lot of electronic music and a lot of their own theme songs that they've made actually. Yeah. So I was hearing a lot of original material that were actual Sega licensed Sonic songs.
At this point, you should mention your channel,
Yes, I'm on Cyberpunk Dystopia on YouTube. Everybody.
which is showing just below your name on this. So,
Yeah.
and your picture is a sort of what reference is this?
I like that picture because it's Rogue and and Gambit. Gambit has always been in love with Rogue, and it's doing kind of that video that from Aha.
It's a bit of a take on me reference, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
One thing with that though is you see Warner Brothers owns that video, for instance. AHA has ownership of their stuff.
Mm.
And Paul Wackbar, who's the main songwriter really and Magnet, he said like there's a lot of songs nowadays, and I sometimes just wish they would give us credit. You know,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
it kind of can be frustrating if you watch AHA the movie or
Hmm.
True North documentary, which is just shows their kind of creativity, I suppose.
Yeah.
And for me, I think there's too much rehashing going on in terms of they'll use the Take On Me song in a film, and then
Hmm.
obviously it's copyrighted, it's licensed in, say, Deadpool 3 or whatever. But it's
Hmm.
sort of, then there's all these artists like making songs like, Blinding Lights.
Yeah.
Sorry, but, I can't keep talking all the time, otherwise I'll just coffee.
Yeah. It'll be a shorter video today, but just to get through it.
And obviously, we've got to talk about the whole issue of Frost Lynch Productions, Lynch Frost Productions. Mark Frost wrote,
Yeah.
right now there's just feelings, and he's talking about, for instance, if you think this is actually something that I wrote to the executive producer now of the Return and everything. He worked with Lynch on various other things as well, Sabrina Sutherland.
Hmm.
And if you look at something like Fire Walk With Me, that was, after all, at the end of the day, a Lynch Frost production, you see. Bob Engels worked with Frost very much so on the show as well. So they used a lot of Frost's ideas, and then at the end of the day, Frost was the producer as well as Lynch.
Hmm.
So it's like with the books, if you read The Secret History and everything, which I think was somewhat unfairly criticised at the time in terms of, oh, this is not like Twin Peaks, like then people criticize The Return for not being like Twin Peaks. Now, all of a sudden, people are like, oh yeah, I've got to watch Twin Peaks.
Hmm.
It's like this kind of, reappraisal, which seems a bit forced to me. Because why were you not enjoying it at the time? And now you're suddenly like, okay, I like it now,
Yeah, it's always a weird phenomenon when that happens when an artist passes away and then they're recognized for their works.
And as soon as this happened, as soon as we heard about Lynch and everything, which we knew was, we had a lot of anxiety and sort of fraught discussions about it, where it became kind of like not a good talking point, I think, really, looking back on it. And
Mhm.
I feel a bit bad about some of it, to be fair, but I think at the same time, it was just what we could do at the time, wasn't it? We didn't really, we were just coping with the situation. So I'm not like blaming anybody or myself. I'm just saying,
No, it was just at the time.
sometimes you think back and you think, I wish I'd not said that, or I wish I'd sort of been a bit
Oh,
more
definitely, yes.
laid back about things. We
Mhm.
we just would end up having these, like, I don't know, each of us getting kind of stressed out with each other, and it would just be videos where this has happened from the start on Coffee Time. Though it's always been like that. That
Oh,
was kind of fun. It's like a cathartic experience for people. But I would say to people, I don't want this video to be like us just arguing and stuff, and then it would inevitably
and
happen.
then turn into an
But then we have an argument about that. Like, oh, James is saying we can't say this.
Mm.
And I'm like, that's not my point. I'm not saying you can't say it.
Yeah.
I just want us to get on with each other, like
Yeah, I know.
I do with Cameron now, for instance. Like, I don't want us to be,
Which is
oh
really
yeah,
cool. Yeah.
this part in Queen of Hearts was terrible, so therefore the whole film's terrible. Like, no, this film is like over 4 hours now, 4.5 hours or something. Like, Cameron had the, wherewithal to make it, so
Yeah.
therefore let's just appreciate it. And I never actually said anything negative about it. I was always very positive about the whole thing and enjoyed it.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember saying that I was a bit thinking it could have ended in a different way or whatever, but it's like it wasn't.
Yeah,
really.
that's more of an artistic opinion. It has nothing to do with the craftsmanship.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's like I think the film got, Cameron's fan film got unfairly sort of trolled, and we had trolls coming in the chat as well, or whatever you want to call them, just people having a laugh, I suppose.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind, it's fine. But
to a point, right?
I don't know, it's like, I don't want to do videos where people are just sort of arguing over things and, oh yeah, the Queen of Hearts is completely terrible. No, what are you talking about? It's not terrible. You should be like one part of it, and then you're going to say the whole thing is terrible, basically.
I know.
Childish. People just having tantrums online, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
I hope when you were in the theatre for Sonic 3, there weren't any tantrums occurring. Because
No, none. it was a good.
Or something, and it just
Yeah.
Projectile vomiting. I've got the sickness.
Oh,
I've got diarrhea.
Oh.
Oh no, he's gone completely Sonic now. Oh, this is a good thing. He can run faster.
Yeah.
With a jet of diarrhea flying out of his head.
Oh my god.
No, but I mean, children, you never know, do you? They might just be sick one day, next day, Mommy, I'm fine.
Yeah.
When we go to the cinema, I think you might need another day of rest. No, I want to see Sonic 3. Right, what if you just had a hot cola beverage? Mummy, I want some caramel popcorn, please, with chocolate on it. It's delicious.
Oh my god. Oh.
Oh. Jesus Christ. He's just been sick all over my genitalia.
Oh my god. Okay, that's too much.
I was in the toilet, helping him. A jet of diarrhea flew into the sink.
Oh my god.
Like maybe go into a disabled toilet. But you're not disabled. That's actually a criminal act.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. I know. It's like using the driving spot too.
No.
I know.
I tried going in the disabled toilet. The whole place is covered in a brown mucus.
Oh my god.
It's not mucus, that's shit. There's even some on the fan. What?
It's on the roof. Yeah. Yeah.
It really has gone full Dumb and Dumber now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
not funny when you're experiencing it, though, is it? It's
No, if you're on the
it can be, but you have to keep try and laugh at things sometimes. I think it's very important,
yeah, very much so.
especially during stressful times and stuff. And I'm just appreciative of you coming on today. I mean, we can carry on for a few, 10 more minutes or something.
Okay, for sure. Yeah.
Um,
Is there anything that's coming up that you're looking forward to,
well,
or
I just mentioned that film, The Believers, which is written
Okay.
by Matt Frost, and it came out in about 1988 or something. It was probably more successful on the video release. And I was talking to Cameron about it. He saw it when it originally came out. It's got Martin Sheen in it.
Oh wow.
And he plays, of all things, a psychiatrist, right?
Mhm.
Or psychologist or whatever. And it's not written originally by Frost, but he adapted it for the screen. And you can
Nice.
see things in there like that maybe inspired Lynch as well, because you see why Lynch and Frost were such a great team,
For
or
sure.
are a great team still, I would say, right?
Yeah.
And it starts off with basically a supposed freak accident where his wife is making coffee and she gets electrocuted by the coffee machine.
Oh.
And it's like, what the hell is going off? I was like, this is so much like Twin Peaks, but not,
Mhm.
And that's all I'll say about it. I think you just need to watch it.
Go into it fresh, yeah, for sure.
When Cameron saw it when he was younger, he said it scared him. And
Oh, really? Okay.
it's like it's a kind of daft film, but at the same time, Robert Loggia just appears as a detective.
Nice.
Who played obviously in Lost Highway, and was the original choice for Frank Booth, but then he couldn't do it, so they got Dennis Potter, and
Mhm.
and the film kind of. All right, I've got to. I apologise for this eating on screen and stuff. It's just
Yeah. No worries.
you can fill in but the thing is, I would recommend it because it just came up like on Prime Video or whatever as a recommendation.
That's great. It's on Prime. That's even easier. I don't have to search
I
for it.
think it's on Prime.
Okay, perfect. That just makes it easier.
The Believers. Is it working? Right. Yeah.
The affordable smartwatch packed with incredible
God.
features. All incredible
Right. No, I don't want all this. It's like the trouble with TVs now is it's just
It's too complicated. They're not simple
it's
anymore.
immediately, actually. The Believers, it's on Prime. It says rent as well, but yeah, I watched it because I'm on Prime, which is I unsubscribed from a variety of channels because I thought, what is actually good on these channels? What the hell am I doing? This is a waste of money. Like Disney, for instance. I was just like, I mean, yeah, it's a good channel. I'm not saying anything about it. But
Disney, in my mind, has one of the best values just because in Canada they have so many channels they own, like all the classic Fox channels and the
Stars.
Yeah.
Well, we'll show you the TV. Have you seen the TV?
I can't see it weirdly enough on our streamer, but I got a tab open on Facebook. And
John Schlesinger film.
It's live streaming.
I'm not going to. Yeah. Suspense, drama, dark, eerie. It's a 15 certificate, so nearly 2 hours actually. Starring Martin Sheen, Helen Shaver, Robert Loggia. Doesn't give you any other. It doesn't give credits saying Mark Frost or anything. It doesn't make anything obvious. But it's like, okay, so now people have heard about Twin Peaks all of a sudden. They've heard about Mark Frost, so it's now recommending, Mark Frost stuff.
Okay, wow.
And you know that Frost directed the film Storyville, right?
No, I had no idea.
Well, yeah, that came out in the 90s, and people were like, "Oh, this isn't Twin Peaks. I don't think this is very good."
Oh, yeah.
But there'll be a reappraisal. People will be like, "Oh, this film's great,"
Yeah.
Yeah, The Believers, just watch it. Basically, what happens is his son, they take him to some kind of ceremony where it's like, all like voodoo-ish type stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
And his son is like the kind of
central figure in some ways, where he just suddenly gets this kind of awareness of something going on that's not good, like a weird cult,
Yeah, I'm just looking at the trailer now. It looks cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check this out.
It's like the Twin Peaks, when that first came out, the Fire Walk With Me film, they said, and then the cult of evil surrounding the Black Lodge, etc. And I was like, what are you talking about? It's not that. People were misinterpreting the film, perhaps, but there was a lot of inspiration going in. This guy comes over from somewhere, and he's apparently blind, but he's probably wearing like fake white
Those
eyes.
eyes, yeah.
And he comes over, and there's like suddenly they find some kind of witchcraft within Central Park and things like this, and there's all these coincidences that start happening.
Ooh.
And then there's a scene in an old movie theater, which is always very, atmospheric, I suppose. But the film is very much just set in it follows like a traditional thriller, but it's kind of a daft film. I'm not saying it's a brilliant film, but it's got 4.5 stars on Prime. So, but
Yeah, definitely gonna check it out.
I wouldn't say I really liked it, but I'd say it's,
It's a good watch type of thing.
point of view. You can kind of see where Mark Frost was coming from at the time.
Okay, definitely.
And the thing is, this is around the same time when Mark Frost and Lynch were kind of trying to come up with ideas for things and stuff. So
Yeah.
So you can kind of see, if you look at the original show, when you think about the writing, like you could say it was basically primarily Frost and his team, wasn't it? Really, it wasn't. Lynch would have approval as well, though. But
for sure, yeah.
He came up with a lot of ideas that were used throughout the second season as well, and first season, obviously. But Frost was kind of like, producing a lot of the show. So, everybody knows this, but.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And we enjoyed everything in the second season and stuff with Twin Peaks.
Yeah, I love the second season.
And then we were always very positive about the return as well. We were mostly. There were some people who didn't like certain aspects, but they enjoyed it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Or they criticised certain things like Dougie and stuff, which I didn't agree with. Like,
yeah, it all just depends on your take and how you watched it and how you viewed it.
Yeah, I didn't think that basically there was any trolling going on. It was like basically Frost and Lynch came up with the best thing they could at the time. And, you said people are like, oh, there's too much Dougie in it, or there's too much Mr. C. But the thing is, there's some kind of noise coming behind you there a bit. I don't know what.
Yeah, the heater just turned on.
Oh, okay. I don't mind about that. But it's like, we don't want to go on about what was that noise just then. But it's like,
yeah.
I need to get a humidifier or a dehumidifier. I don't know. But
D to take out the moisture, rehumidifier to add moisture.
Yes, I know that, but I'm just
so basically whatever problem you're having, if you need more moisture, yeah, it's good to have both. Actually, you can isolate between the two.
You can't turn the fan off, can you, please?
No, I can't. It's the actual big furnace.
Well, just can you go somewhere else where it's not in the background, or?
No, unless you want to just wrap it up now, because it's probably going to be on for a bit.
No, I said we can go for another 10 minutes. You just talk about what you've seen recently, and then we'll wrap it up after that. Okay.
Yeah. So I had mentioned to you that
The Sea.
I had watched Late Night with the Devil. Really enjoyed that. Thought it was excellent. Had a little issues with the ending, but other than that, I thought it was a great film. I watched it twice actually. I thought it was really good.
What film? Sorry.
Late Night with the Devil.
Oh yeah, I was sort of in the middle about that film. I found it a bit weirdly paced. That was my main issue with it. I just thought it was very, very slow. And then it just seemed to culminate and go mad at the end, basically.
yeah.
Or go into kind of typical hokiness, like just repeating things from films that have been done before, but not doing it as good. It's kind of combining hokey films from the 80s or something with
Yes,
that kind of thing, or like The Seed, where you're laughing at it and then you think, okay, actually, this is quite
hmm.
well done, but at the same time, when it just goes into special effects,
Whenever I see electricity, James, in movies, that just takes me out. Whenever I see electricity, because it looks so
well, I thought that the central performances and everything were really good, but it just
excellent. Yeah.
like the film is a bit oddly paced. That was my main issue, I think.
When I watched it a second time, the last 30 or is it 10 seconds?
Well, I saw it in the cinema, so
Oh no, I'm trying to say it alludes to something in the last 10 seconds that almost throws the entire thing up in the air. That did it even happen? So basically, if you the last 10 seconds almost apply that none of the show actually happened, none of the electricity, none of the girl floating, that he actually killed them all during just the pre-show. He went up nuts and just killed them all. There's an idea people have actually that might have happened. I don't see it as that. I see it as what we saw happen, and then at the end, I believe spoilers. I believe he gets possessed to kill the girl, and that's why he ends up with the knife in her. But there's people that believe that whole thing was him.
yeah,
that
no, I'm
killed
not
everyone.
talking about the plot or thing. I'm just saying, did you enjoy the film?
Oh yeah, excellent.
But
Yeah.
that's the narrative or the plot. Like for me, I found it just seemed like a copy of something that's been done before. You know, it didn't seem like an original idea.
I like the idea that they talked about the owls and that place that those elitists go to worship. I forget what it's called, but I think Alex Jones used to.
Grove,
Yes, yes,
or you mean Bohemian Grove?
Bohemian Grove. Yeah, because that's very never really talked about in movies. So I thought that was kind of cool that they brought that up.
Moloch and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I, mean, I
he
think
basically sold out his wife. So he basically sold his wife out to become successful. Basically, or he sacrificed
you
his
made a
wife.
deal with the devil, this idea at the crossroads and stuff. Like the
Yeah,
film.
yeah.
I mean, you've probably seen the film Crossroads with Ralph Macchio, a great
I
film,
have seen that. Very good. Yeah.
one of the best films ever made for many people, and not as good as La Bamba though.
Mm.
With I know you're a massive La Bamba fan, and you just put out a remix on your channel of inspired by La Bamba, which I found actually one of your best videos. I don't know about the shot where you had like someone nude in the video wearing hot pants.
Yeah.
And it was like close up zooming in on the
Lots of
hot
zoom
pants.
ins.
And then it suddenly just cuts to a shot of you
Mm.
going in a shop and asking for a hot cola. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what.
I want your hottest cola. I don't want to satisfy my thirst at all.
But for me, it was slightly like weird for weird's sake, which I think with Lynch sometimes it would go into that area, and I want to put my firm belief that with Fire Walk with Me, Lynch went over the line. Okay, I'm with Tom King on this. You know, that film, I actually watched it twice in a row in the cinema. Then I immediately went out and complained to the box office staff. I said, "I've watched the film twice, and that is not Twin Peaks." Okay, they said, "Before you talk Twin
It's not
Peaks,
Twin
Fire Walk with Me. What the hell are you talking about?"
I demand Twin Peaks.
I said, I tried to do a dramatic action with my left arm. Again, I was holding a cola in it, hot cola, spasm. This was in a hipster event.
Always the hot cola.
People were smoking gitans and other delicious, pungent herbs. I don't know whether they picked them by the roadside or something, but it was like, it was a really nice atmosphere, and I was like, just chilled. But anyway, I put my hand down on the counter. Instead of it hitting the counter, it hit myself in the balls.
Oh.
And they said, at this point, James, you need to go home and just chill, okay? And I said, I apologize for my actions. They said, you don't need to apologize. You just hit yourself in the balls. And
Yeah, sorry, just thinking that in.
well, no, just think about that. I mean, you've just seen Fire Walk with Me. You said that initially it was a great film. Then you said you agreed with Tarantino, who's the biggest douche waffle online. Okay, You know, I mean,
Uh,
and then we went to see back-to-back screening of Reservoir Dogs and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. The best time we've ever had in the cinema.
wow, that's a long time. That's like 4.5 hours. Okay.
No, it was actually True Romance,
Mm.
written by Tarantino, then Reservoir Dogs, then Pulp Fiction, then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
So you're there just for a week straight then. Oh, wow.
I think we were in the cinema for at least 48 hours. Then it was followed by a screening of the film 48 hours.
They should make
Um,
them. They gotta make a movie about someone watching a movie nonstop. That's all the movie's about.
yeah,
Mm. No movie about a movie.
the hipster celebration of La Bamba.
Yes, exactly.
You never did La Bamba. Please stop going on about La Bamba, please.
I know. Have you seen it recently? Is that why it's on your mind?
I actually watched it at a screening of Tarantino films. Tarantino chose it as one of the best films of the 80s.
Oh my
He
god.
said, this film is better than Blue Velvet, okay?
Oh, okay, come on.
He's like, "Ah." For me, Lynch stopped over the line with Blue Velvet.
He's still. Yeah, that's another one. He's still.
June was absolutely brilliant, right?
Yeah, that rode the line.
Blue Velvet was nothing like June, okay?
Mm.
I wanted to watch June 2,
Of
and
course
then I'm
not.
confronted with what looks like a mechanical bird
Mm.
sitting on a tree. I demand a full refund.
Right at the end, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Quentin, you need to go home now, okay?
Mm.
You're banned.
You're.
You did it.
Oh.
Right. No, you let yourself down, Quentin. I'm sorry. Then went out of the cinema, walked into a lamppost
Okay.
in slow motion whilst filming it on your phone. What was that all about? I was making my next film.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino walked into a lamppost. How long is it? 4 hours. Okay, I mean that's a good film, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, what is your opinion on the film? I don't know if you've seen it on Netflix called "What Did Jack Do" or something. Or
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I know I should.
you have seen it.
No, I haven't. I swear.
It means it's Lynch
Yeah.
talking to a monkey, okay,
Yeah.
about
I
Chupa
should
Bomb
download it.
is falling in love with a chicken, okay,
Mm.
and something has happened. We don't know what happened. There's so many layers of mystery. It's almost like beyond even
Wow.
explanation. The film, I mean, I think it was inspired actually by The Seed, but or maybe The Keep. That's another one.
The Keep, yeah. That's another good one, yeah. It's
The
all
Keep
actors.
by Michael Mann, who's
Mm.
a very
And
stylish
a
director.
very young Sir Ian McKellen in it. It's really cool to see him.
Really?
Yeah, very young.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure I'd enjoy that film, especially if I could see it in the cinema in a back-to-back with Manhunter,
Yes, yeah, Manhunter, yeah, for sure.
followed by Collateral,
Mm.
and then the Seed, which is a classic
Hmm.
1992. I would describe it as an epic achievement in cinema, actually.
Yeah.
Pretty much on a par with the film. I don't know if anybody's heard of it from that same era, but Sandra Bullock is a wonderful actress.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh, definitely, yeah.
have you heard of the film Speed? This is,
I have. Excellent.
but she was also in a film around the same time called The Net,
Mm.
which
I
I
would
know
love to
you're
do a watch along of that. That'd be great.
a big fan of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been teasing it for so long. We should do a watch along.
No, I think it's a great film, and anyone who's a fan of Twin Peaks will love it. I think just get yourself a nice cup of latte.
Nice.
Not really strong coffee or anything. You don't need to be like having espresso.
Yeah, I know.
It's too much for me. I don't understand what it's about. It's about the net, okay? What? So it's about somebody going fishing like Jaws? No. Have you heard of the internet? What?
Have you heard of the internet?
The World Wide Web. What the hell is the World Wide Web? It's basically you go online and you can order pizza, right?
Yeah, pizza.
And then your computer's filled with books
Mhm.
from a organization called theseed.com. What?
Yeah.
This sounds amazing. Can I get on the net? No.
Mhm.
You're not allowed to log in because you forgot your password. Oh, have you got virus protection? Yes.
Mm.
I am fully subscribed to Norton viruses. And then by subscribing to that, which was a fake Norton, it installed viruses into my computer.
Fake Nord. Actually installed virus. That's funny.
Now I've got AVG now, it's free, but they want me to pay $99 a month for full virus protection. I paid it, and then I said, now my computer's got a virus. Uh, what?
The irony.
Was this connected to your screening of Sonic 3?
Mm.
It was. I also downloaded it whilst watching Sonic 3
While watching, yeah.
in the theatre. Staff asked me to turn my phone off, and I said, no, I'm downloading Norton now off of a site in Russia. This is how much did it cost? 99 cents.
Mm.
Or was it ruble? Sorry. That sounds legit, though.
Ruble.
Yeah. I've got it on my phone now. When I go on my phone, it just keeps coming up with, would you like to increase your membership? I don't want to increase my member. Okay.
Increase your memory.
And then it. Well, this is beyond belief. Sorry about this. I shouldn't do green. But just a culminating mark to conclusion to this video. I'm glad you came on, Johnny, and thank you very much for joining me.
No worries. It was very fun. Anytime.
No, it went live in a few places.
Yeah.
All right, few people
Facebook.
watching right now, but it's
Mhm.
I can basically download it and then re-upload it in places and stuff, and then people will inevitably watch at some stage.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, to be honest, if it goes live on Facebook, it can get a lot of views.
Which is great. Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't really like having it linked to my profile because
Oh,
then all my friends are like, "What the hell is this on your channel?"
that's true too.
The friends and family are like, "James, why are we doing a video at 6 in the morning when you should be, I don't know, maybe having a shoe shining session or something?" I mean,
Yeah.
instead of going live on the internet and talking about the net.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I don't think 20 to 7 is that bad, really. It's not, it's not like 2 a.m. or something like it is for you. So.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, no, it's not.
Like it is for you.
What time is it now? 3 or
But
something?
it's actually close to 2 a.m. Yeah. It's 1:42.
Oh, okay. And again, it's just another video of me coughing, which I apologise for. But
No worries.
so hopefully we'll talk again soon and do another video now that we've got back into the StreamYard kind of
Back into the
way of life.
Yeah.
Back to the grind, basically.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
not necessarily.
I will definitely check out the Frost movie for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. The Believers. It just came up randomly on my,
And it's great when it's on Prime. I don't have to search.
And I'm
It's
like,
just
it's
there.
because obviously I've been searching for Lynch and all this kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
I was watching some of the Return again, especially the 17 and 18, and thinking this is brilliant at times. It's
Mhm.
just it's kind of hard to watch some of the stuff in it though, especially the bit where there's the guy just repeating everything that Chad says
Oh yes. Yeah.
in the cell, and it's like fuck you, no, fuck you.
Yeah. And it just
I
keeps
mean,
building.
Like
Yeah.
Diane keeping telling everyone to fuck off, and
Mhm.
it just kind of has its own MO, doesn't
Yes.
it? Very much so.
Mhm.
And I think people will grow to appreciate it more and more as a show. I think.
Yeah. It's time. Before I go, did you get a chance to watch the Nosferatu movie? Did we ever talk about that?
I think we discussed that before.
Okay.
Well, I did with Ben maybe.
Oh, okay.
No, I
Yeah,
want
I
to
don't
Ben
think it
the
was
show
a
more
remake.
on just what we were just talking about, really.
Okay, yeah, no worries. That'll be for
You
next
know,
time.
we're trying
Next time.
me talking about Lynch and without being.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump on some kind of train of thought of like,
Taking
okay,
some
we've got to
time.
do a Lynch tribute video because for us it's like,
Mm-hmm.
he was always there and he always will be. Really, it's just.
Yeah. Exactly. I agree with that statement.
I think we were all big fans. Your fan issue there is just getting worse and worse. I was
Is it? Yeah. So I guess we better before it gets
very
late.
loud. But yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
end the stream now. Thank you, John, for coming on, and all the best. And I will be seeing you in the cinema pretty soon.
Yes. All the best, James. Take care.
All the best. Bye.